Oh, welcome. I hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know if anybody's even listening right now. Like these voices in the background makes them feel virtually not alone. Your host, General Griswold Gaius, member of the First Law Regression Protocol and a member of the Fraternal Regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy. On behalf of the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency, I enthusiasm to fill. We have some all-stars in the hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today. Hive mind today.
All right, and then welcome to the Proper Protocol Saltwater Narthex stream. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal that makes this all possible. Your current thank you upgrade is in progress. This is what it looks like right now. This is what the old one looks like. You see, the fancy, but it's ongoing. I didn't finish it in time. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. But this is the Saltwater Narthex stream. What happened was PBK dropped a third thing on us today. This time a talk with Van Donk about the proper estuary protocols or something. And I decided we're gonna do a thing on it. Now, before we get to your savings throws, I'm gonna run some more branding. But I'm glad you're all here. It's good to see you. Salty water, estuarily. What?
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-hummin'. That's a hobo's lullaby.
And now we'll just get straight to the savings throws. You know how those go. It's survival, social, wisdom, or heart against the mind control. I roll it. You choose it. You choose it. I roll it. You choose it. I roll it. And if it's over 10, you take half damage. Under 10, you take full damage. You get bonuses for the hive mind chatting and the replay commenting, etc., etc. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh, survivalist out the box, or socialist out the box. Survivalist with an 18. Come on, show it. Where do I hold it for it to show? Here, it'll further back. Anyway, socialist. You got the Baker's Coven out the box. Lovers of wisdom, also an 18. Look at that, pairing up again. Hard folks only a 6, but this is a good guy stream, so you want the mind controller to get in. Really, Indigo kids, that's prime 19 for you. There may be some insights deep down in here somewhere. Hello. I see the assassin. I see the assassin veil. I see the assassin veil. I see the assassin veil. Hello. I see the assassin veil. Veil. Really and truly, I am well behind on the proper Reaper's Harvest from the Clipstream. So much so, I want to do one where, like, I see if I can't tie them together as a theme. However, Mosley has added one that I caught today that I think is at least the important thing from this week you may have missed if you missed it. And if it's not that, it may be applicable to tonight's stream. Card for the show, Ace of Clubs from the Blue Church deck. Here's that clip from Mosley.
It's arena on in. Altruistic hedonism. It's arena on in. If, in fact, and it's also pro-felicity, if my Instagram pictures look this way, if I can participate in the arena in this way, if all of these things are happening, then that will sort of seep into my soul. This is the transition from, again, sincerity, which he talks about, fulfilling your role, your inherited role in the village, to authenticity, sort of expressive individuals and expressing the secret sacred self. And now pro-felicity, becoming a god in the arena of screens.
Which most of the time it doesn't.
It's so interesting that you say that, you know, that we're looking for happiness, all of us, but what you're really saying is we're just looking for it in the complete wrong place. And that's a
altruistic hedonism.
Hey there, Red Pill. That's two. That's two up from Mostly. A clip from the Clipstream, and that's hot new branding. Hot new branding, but also way back at the front of this stream was the proper protocol. Something from Home Today, Raw's program, and I think it was probably this part.
And progressives said, we're going to do it. And so what they actually have done is they are imposing a kind of programmatic, hard secularism. And conservatives and Christians have seen that. They say, you know what, you're not being neutral anymore. You're really actually pushing. You're actually saying you have to keep your religion totally private, when our religion doesn't allow that. Now, by the way, it's the same problem with Islam. So they're going to have more Muslims that are here.
Now, this whole you have to keep your religion totally private part is exactly, I think, why this estuary thing that they're talking about is Saltwater Narthex is a much better name. But why this estuary thing is going. And in Pastor Paul's drop tonight in the top secret members only section, which honestly, Paul, I can't tell if it's like the no wait, no ads member only or the never share this with anybody members only. So maybe you could clarify when you drop one. I don't know. But Van Donk kind of talked about us and called us out in it. And so that part I'm going to play for you now. But I think that this whole your religion has to be a secret thing is the environment that has bred the breeding ground for the necessity that's created the market for these estuary whatnots. And as people from did you not put the oh you didn't oh there it is from there are expectations of us being presented along with these estuary protocol stuffs, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew that before people expected it from you and you weren't ready.
And there will be a certain segment that have heard about the local estuary in Chino from their engagement with TLC. with this little corner of the internet, an online iteration of conversation and YouTube videos and sub-channels and people in communication with each other in a kind of a little
flotilla. It's a flotilla.
what do you call that? A little ecology. It's a little ecology that exists by itself. And people get to talking with each other and say, well, have you gone to a local estuary yet? Yes, no, well, there's one there and there. Let's go see it. So I have a bunch of people come in. Some drive quite a long ways, but they know you and they have heard about estuary, and they perhaps were at the conference. You know, some of the people in my estuary, of course, were at the conference and had their exposure that way. And so that's one pipeline. I call it the TLC pipeline. And it is a pipeline of people that speak.
Here's the part where he's expectation settings about us to other people.
A certain kind of language, because the TLC community has its own language, and so they are very familiar with the 4 Ps of John Vervaeke, and they know about symbolic language.
No, we're not, and I guess we need to be. And I know of procedural, but I was thinking, you know, what might help us remember these 4 Ps is participating in if we assigned each of the Ps to a suit of the tarot. No, wait, to the suit of the standard deck of cards. And then when we drew a card, we could see what kind of P it was. So, like, should the whoa. Wasn't that? This is from the casino deck, but that was. Anyway, which should the clubs be? Which of the 4 Ps should be clubs? Which should be diamonds? Which should be spades? Which should be hearts? Because apparently it is incumbent upon us now, thanks to this man.
The community has its own language, and so they are very familiar with the 4 Ps of John Vervaeke.
So apparently we're going to have to get really familiar. Otherwise, we're going to be a disappointment to people. And who wants that? Apparently, KJ somehow through this stream has found out that they were a rat last night. I don't remember how any of that happened, and I hope you're okay with it. It's not so bad being a rat. And it's interesting you say deja vu, Ups, because I had some earlier today. As a matter of fact, you're not in the room? Oh, well, are you getting a drink? You bring me a Mountain Dew.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
And you might have some darkness about what this whole estuary or saltwater Narthex thing even is. So I decided we could do a little bit of due dilettantery and go to the website where you discover that to your horror, that they're actually using that capital Z conversations nonsense is it the brand trademark name? I don't know. But really, I just wanted to maybe figure out the estuary protocols. And look, this convenient video is here. It looks long, but the thumbnail said what? Oh, now I have to click through. Son of a. Now I have to click through again. Son of a.
Hi, this is.
What would you do here?
Which did you find most interesting? Which would you like most?
All right. There's a doc. We're reading a doc. All right. Next, we proceed to do a ritual every meeting, whether there are first timers or not. You know, I was thinking, one time before we have tried a estuary thing online via a public stream, which is contrary to the estuary protocol, in which you're not subject to an audience's comments and stuff. But that was kind of special, so we'll run some of that now. Apparently, according to the hot comments from this one, the last 20 minutes was a very strong finish, according to Joey, so we'll go there. Here. Good.
Joel, he came in and inserted himself as a co-leader because he was there to help prevent all of the bad thinking that was going on.
Yeah, because if that hadn't turned into that scenario, because then there's the tension of if someone comes in and kind of like they have all the answers, but they're not a leader, it's like you'd hope the protocol could withstand that, because if we talk about it's for anyone can come, that's their perspective. It's like, so do we make space for them and then see if the protocol can be like, okay, well, that you feel like this is the absolute, you've got this right and this is how you feel. But as long as if they can put that out there but still respect, that's the question, can they respect everyone else enough to let them share? I guess would be the ultimate. If they're constantly jumping in.
We're terribly narcissistic and don't respect anybody else enough at all. But this part of this estuary protocol is every time you go around the room. Every time you there it is. Every time you go around the room, everybody has an opportunity. They have 4 boxes, right? All right, I'll do it this way. The way I understand it is as follows. Once everybody gets together, we say, "Hey, new guy, shut up," and then they go, since the last time we were together, what have you thought about in one or several of these following areas? Intellectually, contextually, personally, or estuarily. Now, I think they had to stretch contextually just to fit the Eloise they were trying to do. But that one is what happened where you live, in your community, church, sphere of influence, workplace, in your context that was noteworthy. What affected you and the people around you. And then they also have the intellectually, what you've been thinking about, and the personally. And then they have that estuarily thing, which is like probably where this is dealt with, that this guy was talking about unsavory characters crashing the meetings. That at the next meeting in the estuarily process, somebody would step up and say, "Hey, man, as far as this estuary things go, Bob was being a real dick last session."
And like, how can you let Grizz say that? Or whatever, like that would be obviously like a time to step in and sidebar, I would think. But.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty not viable to have someone who's a heresy cop in an estuary if it's going to be a functioning estuary. I just, that seems like it's gonna pretty rough situation to deal with. Yeah. But I always like, okay, to be a little salty myself, I still don't know how the heck Protestants are defining heresy. Like based on what authority?
Based on their denomination's statement of faith.
My understanding of Protestant and heresy is that the only thing that's unforgivable is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. And so, other than that heresy, by all means, just make sure you ask JC to wash it away. Wash it. Wow, what an ass that guy turned out to be. Now, as this thing progresses and gets bigger, I am particularly interested in the contextually part, as I think if we're getting a sampling of the contextualies from various estuaries as it flows into those pipelines, it will also reciprocally, I don't know how, right? But somehow from the bottom of the estuaries where people are saying what's really affecting them, that data will flow up into our flotilla of informations. And help shape the direction of where we need to instruct people in the defense against the dark arts and the other fancy things. Right? Maybe?
One thing is sure. One thing is a great change of our psychological attitude is because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature. Because we need more. We need more psychology. We need more understanding of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself.
And whoosh, and whoosh.
So, I was wondering, you guys want to try one? Maybe we could do that tonight. If so, let's do this. If not, we'll just see what happens, because that happens. All right, let's follow up with some more of this while we see if anybody shows up.
Catholic Church about the Holy Spirit, what you just said, but not that I know a whole lot.
Well, there's still lots. I mean, the Catholic Church would still define lots of heresies beyond. I mean, heresies are just not. I mean, what you're saying is more applicable to sin than to heresy, but it's a giant science. So it's just not just in that now.
If you're
it's my
talking
fault.
about-
It's my fault for trying to make a joke at Protestants' expense on about it.
No, that's why there's 35,000 Christian denominations or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to have a heresy.
Hello. There was
Hello.
a chance for some savings throws. Yes, the link is there, Pastor Paul. You want to come online estuary in public with us? You're welcome. You're welcome. Apparently, we're allowed. I don't know. I think streams are probably best about 5-6 people, but that's a bunch. But Chad, you do these estuary things, right? You're one of them estuary leaders, maybe.
Yes, sir. Well, yes.
So aside from the Eloise, the 4 Eloise ritual, was there something at the front I didn't cover properly?
I didn't catch the front, but I'll basically, if we've never met, if there are people in the group tonight who have not met each other, we should first go around and just introduce ourselves and say how we got here.
Ah, that's good. See, I knew I was skipping a process, but I was hoping an estuary leader like yourself might join in. Sound is in text telling me I'm muted. That's 2 points for your next save. Oh, look, it's Jasmine.
Hey!
Hi.
Oh, that's what that looks like.
Oh, look at them hens. Those are hens, I bet.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna go over to my chickens over here.
Well, welcome.
Hello.
We're apparently trying an online estuary. Is one of those a giant cock?
Look at them. They're quite big.
Where on earth are you?
I'm in
Somewhere
heaven.
where it's sunny. Where?
Heaven, straight up.
Oh, I didn't know the stream got there.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Welcome, Paul.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hello.
You
Wow.
put in a long day, sir.
I should be doing my rough draft, but it's just been.
You wasn't there another person that first appeared on screen today with you, Paul?
A lot of people appeared on screen today with me.
You had there was
A
some
first
lurker
timer,
that-
yeah, he was an archaeologist.
That was so cool. I
That
was
was
just
so cool.
enjoying that. Yeah, that was really interesting.
I thought that was like a dearth of rando slots, and so he just tried to squeeze it in there. Is what it felt like.
Wow.
So I don't know. We got anybody else? Oh wait, we got Red Pill down here. Thanks, Red Pill. He made that first branding I played. I think.
No, I
that's
didn't.
too much. Son of a. All right, guys. We got one more slot maybe because there's a lot of open space, and then we'll do this Estuary Protocol live online, and we'll see what happens. But the whole notion I have is that if this thing, like as they mentioned in the secret members only video, the events and stuff are a separate thing, but it feels to me like this could be a partial way to address the intergenerational ratcheting issue is in places like these estuary groups, because like theoretically we're going to be getting a variety of ages at some point. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I almost had to run some branding. It was so quiet.
I feel like I'm going to talk too much. If you let me start talking, I'm going to not stop. That's why you guys should just.
I am very good at interjecting and stopping people from doing it. Special thing.
Are we waiting for another person, or are we going to run this?
We're going to do it. Yeah, I nominate you, Pope Chad, to lead this online estuary person. It doesn't seem like we're getting our sixth wheel.
Okay.
And you're muted, Paul.
I can't stay for that long, so I just was going to drop in, and I got to do my rough draft for Sunday. So
Yeah, I can't really stay that long either. I should spend time with my wife, but
well, let's see how fast we can do it then. What brings you all here? Chad, go.
Well, so I'm Chad. I got here on the PBK Jordan Peterson pipeline. And
All right, Desmond, what brought you here?
I've been lurking, and I gotta talk to you folks that I've been watching before. That's why I gotta talk to you.
Red Pill.
The Gathering of the Heretics.
Paul?
I saw a link and I clicked.
That's a good one. All right, Chad, you want to talk about anything?
Well, today what's on my mind is I saw a kitten talking that said, "I'm not a cat." And I laughed my ass off, and I showed my wife, and she loved it so much that we were crying laughing because we'd never seen it. And that's it.
All right, Desmond, what's on your mind today?
Probably kites for some reason.
Kites and cocks from Desmond. Thank you very much. Red Pill, what do you got? Okay, so most of those were hands. That's very offensive of me. Sorry.
Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom.
Red Pill, it's your turn. What's on your mind today?
I guess I'm worried that the estuary protocol will be a little bit too limiting, and that you can't really have back and forth. Seems maybe overly structured.
I think they do the back and forth after this portion, but thanks for your estuarily concern. Paul, what's on your mind today?
I'm having second thoughts about the internet.
All right, so now we got to go around and decide what we want to talk about. Do we want to talk about the cats, the kites, the estuary, or second thoughts? Chad, what do you think?
I really like the idea of what Red Pill was talking about, and that's all.
Desmond, what struck you out of the things people brought forward?
I definitely Paul's comment. I totally get where he's coming from. This is crazy. This stuff is crazy.
Red Pill, what did you like about today's subject matters?
The depth of the internet and it making Paul second guess himself.
We're coming to a consensus, Paul. What did you find most fascinating?
The talking cat.
See, it's the talking cat. No, we're going with the internet is terrible, but it ties in.
I'm not a cat.
Well, it does tie in. I mean, and so like to address all of it, like the
I think I'll address it all first, Chad.
Okay.
To address all of it. I just wanted to highlight that earlier in today's PVK, a similar issue was addressed in how being here is mission work. And if we don't forget that, we're likely to get lost in the sea and have second thoughts, such as Pastor Paul did. Okay, now go, Chad. Sorry.
No, it's exactly, Jasmine.
All right, now do you make everybody talk, or do you let people go as they?
Okay, so versus what will typically happen in a real conversation like this is the actual topics do start to like if we're really to do this. What starts to happen is you'll get a sense of something starting to synthesis in the conversation.
A spirit emerges out
Yeah,
of the room.
Like some the connections happen. Actually, I started a spiritual meeting kind of group. I didn't call it Estuary because I thought that would just confuse people, but I met up with a couple of my friends and my mom, and we went up to there's a mountain that's like 5 minutes from BC. We live in BC. There's lots of mountains. So we just walk up this mountain that's like 5 minutes right there. And then we're on this rock, and we had like a few spiritual meetings. We haven't done it in a bit, but it's like, yeah, the conversation actually just flows. Like you pass the mic around, whatever, and something naturally is gonna like you'll synchronicities, whatever happen.
I think maybe if you had engaged the estuary protocol, it wouldn't have tapered off the way it did.
Yeah, I think so. I should have followed the rules.
Come on, Reto, give us something.
I mean, from the sounds of it, it sounds like estuary protocol is a good way to get people gathered and kick things off. If it gets a little bit less structured after that, then I'm much more on board with it.
Yeah, it becomes less structured as this conversation starts to become about the conversation.
You only actually employ the protocol for about the first 15 minutes, and after that, it just goes. Vendonk says, "Let's go," and then off it goes. It's free flowing.
I think the key thing in the protocol that makes it work is the estuarily inclusion, because then it becomes a self-correcting process when you leave the door open for them to bring that up. So that I like about it.
I think the key to it is that in order to do the third round, everyone has to listen. And that's usually the death of conversation, is people are listening to the chattering monkey inside their head, and they are not listening to each other. And once they start listening to each other, things emerge.
Third round? What do you mean third round? We've got we know about the intro, everybody, and the protocol part, and then it gets loose. What is this round thing?
Well, the third round, you go around and you say, okay, you just did it, Grizz. You said, okay, which of the topics would you like to talk to? And you can't pick your own topic, because that would be ugly.
I think everybody here knew that, and we did it naturally. But yeah, I did not properly express that.
Yeah. Express. Well, that's good, because it's dead, except for that beautiful bronze statue in Old Town Sacramento of the Pony Express.
Well, this is a live stream version in which the leader can't be passive because he's tending to the attention of several others. But he does try to maintain the spirit in the room.
The leader too can lay down on the table what he'd like to talk about as well.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the salty part, because like I still don't think that like I could walk into an estuary meeting and be like, all right, guys, I'm pretty sure that part in Exodus where Moses hid in the rock was as the alien ship flew by.
You can totally say that.
Hell yeah, you can. It might not get voted up, but you can say it.
And I gotta tell you, when you get women in the group, with the women pick deadly topics. They're killer in an estuary group.
I would like one example as like, 'cause I don't know what deadly topics could possibly mean.
I'll say this. The last estuary meeting I was somebody is LGBTQ, and they went to listen to an LGBTQ bishop talk, and that was one of those deadly topics, and it was good. It was a very useful meeting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So by deadly, it's like things you wouldn't normally talk about in public, probably.
Well, you don't really get to dig into your bag of ideology about it. It's not going to go too well,
right?
Because it's not going to be productive.
And guys usually pick some thinky talky topic that has an ideological slant, and then the women lead in with a story, and everyone's like, oh, let's talk about that. Because generally speaking, the personal, if it's interesting and vulnerable, everyone sort of starts focusing in on that, and then in a really respectful way, and then it goes. I've been, some of these estuary meetings that we've had here have been the most incredible thing I've ever been a part of. It's been astounding what people have shared and how people have worked that through together, and a room of people who, some of whom have never met each other before that evening. It's pretty amazing.
This place is pretty amazing too.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
I agree.
Meanwhile, since several people have expressed a concern about how little time they had for this event, where the hell is it? Oh,
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Daddy.
I've completely lost the what you have anything you want to say in conclusion thing, but that's what I wanted to play. So pretend I did, and it's your turn, Chad.
I just want you to know that I really love you guys, and I appreciate you, and yeah.
All right, Jasmine, do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Fly a kite if you possibly can. That's all.
Red Pill.
Yeah, I guess just it'd be nice to see a means of seeing it be purpose driven in an estuary. It sounds like Paul is suggesting that it very easily drifts into a more social thing. So it would be cool to see some way to keep it focused on solving something.
No, I think other than the fact that people don't have enough conversations, and we can't talk about these things in other situations, that is the sole purpose. But I'll let Paul say in conclusion.
You guys always bring a smile to my face, and I really appreciate people who show up and share themselves, and it's really cool. It makes me think that the internet maybe has something to offer.
Something, but we don't know what. All right, thank you, everybody. You're not coming back on the screen. You're free to leave the studio as you like. I'm going to check in with the hive mind. Yes, it seems like if you hang around here long enough, there'll be at least one person that'll understand you, or people who just gather around and watch and try and figure it out. So there was a Saltwater Narthex estuary promo. Let's go back out to sea, y'all. Thanks for stopping in.